What's up, guys? Commander Black the Goat here, and today I'm explaining how I lost to the biggest Pokemon nerd I know, Rare14. Yeah. So, a funny story, I first sent out Whimsicott and Tyranitar to see, and he sent out random Pokemon, I think Briscaluge and Propeller. So, anyways, why am I doing this? Well, first up, something really bad happened. Both our recordings of audio failed, so this is the next best thing, guys. Anyways, I do Tailwind and Rock Slide against them, because Tailwind gives me the advantage to go first. Unfortunately, Propeller used Protect, which I'm like, ooh, that really sucks. I might put a live reaction to that.
Yep, of course, the one Pokemon I went for, he protected. This sucks! No!
Then he uses Flip Turn, which does a lot of damage to Tyranitar. I'm pretty annoyed by that. Luckily, I do Rock Slide, but then he takes back the fish Pokemon. I don't know, I'm too lazy to pronounce his name. And I think he brings in Archaerodon, which is like the steel electric type Pokemon, which I don't like either, which is very bad. So I use Rock Slide, which unfortunately does not affect Repeller, which is supposed to be really effective. But then, when I use it against Archaerodon, it doesn't do anything because he's an electric type, which is just dumb and stupid, and I hate it. So, anyways, I make Whimsicott use Moonblast against him, which does do a lot of good damage, which is pretty good. But then something kind of unfortunate happens, and Rock Slide, of course, it does good damage, but doesn't do enough. So, but then, like, his defense rose, whatever. And I really get annoyed, because he gets Flash Cannon off of Tyranitar, which completely one-shots him, which is just dumb and bad game design, and I hate it. Ooh. The Whimsicott got caught by Sandstone, but no one really cares about that. Anyways, I also hate Leftovers, how it heals. Luckily, it didn't heal that much, but it did. So, for Whimsicott, I decided to send in Slowbro, because he has, electric type move to use against the fish Pokemon. So, of course, I use Flamethrower on Archaerodon, because I'm dumb, and I totally forgot that I picked him for that electric type move, but then Whimsicott had Giga Drain, and I just decided to use that. Luckily, it one-shots the fish Pokemon, and I knock him out, which is great. Obviously, great start. One off one. So, not too bad for my first match. Then as to start with, things kind of take a turn. He does Flash Cannon, which completely one-shots Whimsicott, which makes no sense. It's so dumb, and it's like, come on. Yeah. Then I use Flamethrower, which does do decent damage. It almost one-shots him. It's really close, but now I'm down 2 and he's only down 1. So it's not the best for me. I only have one option left after Slowbro, and that's Azumarill. And Azumarill is not going to be the best against electric-type Pokemon. So I'm like, oh, screw it. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully, he sets a Propeller again, which is again not good for me, because that's a flying and water type Pokemon. Azumarill is not an electric type Pokemon. Of course, me being the stupid person I am, decides to use Flamethrower again on Archaerodon instead of using Thunder Wave on Propeller. Oh wait, no, I used Sideshell on Archaerodon for some reason. Yeah, I used Play Rough on Propeller, but then they do both. They of course, someone moves faster. I use it, but it doesn't affect. It's so dumb. Like, what? I use Play Rough. It does a lot of damage. It's really good. He uses Tailwind, which cancels out my Tailwind, so then they get to go first now, which kind of sucks. And he uses Electric Shot, and I was like, okay, he's probably gonna go use it on Azumarill.
Oh, yeah. Because it's just so dumb. It's actually just so dumb at the end of the day. How much damage the one move can do. It just doesn't make any sense, really.
Anyways, now that Azumarill is out, and he has Leftovers, I kind of realize I'm screwed, and I don't really have a good option. I do have Expanding Force, which is the only way I might actually win this, because sometimes it has a chance of going from Pokemon to Pokemon and doing double damage. Anyways, Propeller and Archaerodon both use Protect. So I'm screwed because Rare Hair is messing with me. One of my friends I know, by the way. I'm like, bro, I wish I could live reaction. Anyways, I'm like, okay, great, that just sucks. But he keeps getting burned anyway, so Rakudon's not going anywhere. I'm trying to use Thunder Wave on Propeller because I'm a dumb person. I thought that was going to do damage, but I realized that actually paralyzes Pokemon. So I'm like, oh, crap. Of course, I didn't know that. So when I see it, it's like, oh. I'm like, okay, use protecting the wrong guy. I use Thunder Wave. Bang. I'm like, okay, this should knock him out. It's like, no, he only gets paralyzed. I'm like, oh my god, that sucks. I don't have a live reaction of that, but yeah, it just really sucks. And then he uses leftovers again, then he gets burned again. It's the same amount of damage. Rakudon's doing the same. Then I use Expanding Force again in hopes of getting both of them, killing both of them and eliminating them, and winning this match. Unfortunately, he uses Draco Meteor, which one-shots my Slowbro. Alright, it's the second round, and this one is going to determine the whole thing. So first up, Rare Hair 14 uses Tyranitar and Sinistral. I use Drampa and Whimsicott because he has grass types on his team, so I thought if he used Flamethrower on grass type, but no. So at first, I'm like, alright, I use Draco Meteor on Tyranitar. Then I also use Moonblast on Tyranitar to see if I can just get him out of the game immediately and get rid of this Sandstorm. Unfortunately, since I used Faked Out, which in turn doesn't make me use my Draco Meteor, which would have really helped in getting out Tyranitar. Luckily, I do use my Moonblast, but that still doesn't really matter. It only does help half health. And then he uses Rock Slide, which does decent damage, but like not a big loss, but I'm definitely vulnerable now. And then, yeah, I couldn't flinch, couldn't move. That really sucked. And yeah. My next thought process here is to try to go for something similar again. So I go for Draco Meteor again to try to see if I can just get out of there. Now, what I should have done, I should have used Tailwind on Whimsicott, but instead I used Giga Drain on Tyranitar when it's not even that effective. And then Whimsicott dies anyway, so it was a waste of a turn, honestly. I don't know what I was doing. So dumb. He's a nerd, but yeah. Of course, Tyranitar used Superpower, and then Drampa just dies immediately and does not use Draco Meteor, and in turn, both of his Pokemon are still up. Which means I can't do anything. Yep. So, I only have 2 Pokemon left, which unfortunately is Charizard and Tyranitar. Now, I do have Mega on Tyranitar, but I did not realize that Sinistral was a fighting-type Pokemon, and that it was super effective against Dark and Rock. So, as you will see here, I use Fire Charge on Sinistral, because it will do a lot. Then instead of Mega Evolving, I use Avalanche, because I think that will do better for me. But what I don't realize is that I get one-shotted by freaking Sinistral.
Huh? No, that's not fair. I was gonna Mega Evolve next turn. I'm actually so done. No, you actually suck.
Anyways, that really sucked for me. So I still have Charizard and my only Pokemon left, using Flame Charge, which does absolutely nothing against a Pokemon. Which again, really sucks. So I realized, oh, I'm screwed for the second round, and maybe this was a bad idea to do this for a video. And boy, was I right. So I try this again. I use Flare Blitz on Sinistral. Even though I know we'll have bad recoil on Charizard, I think it's a worthy sacrifice that can get her out. The Pokemon, not Rare Hair 14. Yeah. He, Rare Hair 14, uses Dark Claw, which is a big move on Charizard. I one-shot him, luckily, or one-shot Sinistral, or whatever. I don't care. I'm too lazy for this. But it got damaged by the recoil, and it does a lot more damage than I realized. And then he used Voltwitz, and then I'm just dead. Yeah, I'll let myself take it out from here.
Yep, okay. Well, there you have it, folks. A Pokemon nerd really is a Pokemon nerd, and is good at the game. This video was scripted, by the way, and I was forced to lose. Go check out Rare Hair 14's channel. It's pretty good. He just posted. Oh, yo! He only has he hasn't posted in 3 weeks, so yep. Outro. Bye.
No, that's more like it. Time to dance on your graves. Go to the bottom. Wait, wait, wait.